So we've built out our list of keywords. Now, in order to implement them into the system in an accurate way, we don't just insert them all in and just copy paste. We have to think about match types. Now, there are 3 different types of match types that you can actually use when putting your keywords in. I would really just recommend sticking with these 2 on the right here, phrase match, where's my little pen? Phrase match and exact match. And the reason is that broad match is simply too loose, and I'll explain that now. So depending on how we input our keywords, Google's going to interpret them differently. So if we just write lawn mowing service, just like this keyword is written here, in sentence case, just normally, then ads may show on searches that relate to your keyword. So what this means is kind of up to Google. It means that you put in lawn mowing service and someone typing in lawn aeration prices will still see your ad, potentially, right? Now that person is not looking for someone to cut their lawn, they're looking for someone to aerate their lawn. Google knows this, but sort of, it relates to your keyword, so they will serve it anyway. And if that person clicks on your ad, then that's a bit more revenue for Google. So that's why broad match is something to sort of steer clear of. Focusing on phrase match and exact match now. Now phrase match, your ads may show on searches that include the meaning of your keyword. So Google's actually admittedly quite good at determining the meaning of your keyword. They really are able to serve our ad for similar searches that mean the exact same thing. So we have our ad appearing against lawn mowing service near me, hire company to mow lawn, and landscaping service to cut grass. So they're all slightly different searches, but the intent is the same. So Google's very good at, that's the purpose of phrase match. It's connecting the user's intent with your keyword and with your ad. So the way to input that is by putting phrase, quotation marks around your keyword. So that would be lawn mowing service with these quotation marks, just like that. And that is essentially a phrase match keyword. Now the final one, the most precise, is exact match. And this means that ads may show on searches that are the same meaning as your keyword. So they actually are the same meaning as your keyword. They don't just include the meaning of your keyword, if that makes sense. So we have our ad appearing against, obviously, lawn mowing service, and then also against grass cutting service. So it must just be that with nothing else. So not landscaping, not hiring a company. They're just looking for lawn mowing service, right? So separate the words from the intent and you can understand this better. And the way to notate that is with square brackets like this. Obviously, the matching types, essentially the possibilities for keywords that could be matched to a user's search, they get tighter and tighter as we go towards the right. And so for that reason, I really would recommend just sticking with phrase match and exact match. Now, when it comes to negative keyword match types, you'll notice that we still have the same 3. We have broad match, phrase match, and exact match. However, the thing that will become clear is that Google's definitions for negative keyword match types are slightly different to when we're targeting. So when we're targeting, as you saw, even with exact match, there's still a bit of flexibility, a bit of leeway for Google to sort of serve our ad when the user might have the same meaning as what we've put in as our exact match keywords. Now, in my opinion, this is just, a bit of a joke, actually. It's a way for Google to generate more clicks, leveraging their own AI and their own systems. When it comes to exact match, however, they keep the window of flexibility very closed. So if we put, if you take the idea that they don't leave any room for sort of interpretation or meaning when it comes to our negative keywords, which means that we have to be working a little bit harder with our negative keywords to make sure that we're really eliminating everything that we want to eliminate. So it's a different mindset to the targeting. I want to get that across just so you see that where they can, Google does sort of optimize the system to generate more clicks. So with broad match on the left here, the definition is that the search, your ad will not show if the search contains all of your negative keywords in any order, right? So a search must contain running and shoes in some order for our ad to not appear here. So as a little demo, will our ad appear for this search? We have blue tennis shoes and we have shoes running, okay? Now the answer is that blue tennis shoes, our ad would still appear for this search because it doesn't have the word running and the word shoes in it. Vice versa for the other one. With phrase match, the search must contain both of these, but in the exact same order. Okay, so we can have 10 words in there, but as long as running and shoes are next to each other in that person's search, then our ad will not appear. So we have kids running shoes and we have shoes running. Now, shoes running, our ad actually still will appear for this if we use phrase match in the negative. And the reason is that running and shoes are not next to each other in that order. But kids running shoes, you see the difference there. Now, with negative exact match, the search must contain both of those words in that order and nothing else. So we can't have 10 words with running shoes in the middle, you know. So as an example here, we have blue running shoes and running shoes. Of course, running shoes as a search is the only thing that's going to be eliminated there.